Hi, I'm David with Environmental Septic Solution, and today I'm going to talk to you about the installation of a Pirana P680 system. So when you order a system from us, you're going to get two packages. The first one is going to have the high blow air pump. It's going to be sent directly from the manufacturer. And in that package, you're going to have the actual high blow pump here, which is a 110 volt that plugs into a regular outlet. You got to make sure it's a GFI outlet if it's outdoors. Also inside the package, you're going to have the instruction manual and the operations and installation manual. Hang on to these. There will also be a piece of rubber hose with a 90 that is traditionally used to connect the air pump up. However, we don't recommend using this. We're going to provide you with an alternative that's better because these do rot. So you can just take that and put it to the side. So that's what's going to come in the pump. And on the back you can see there's a switch here. This is the alarm. And so you want to make sure that that is in the on position when you install it and turn it on. And that way, if the diaphragm breaks or anything happens with the pump and it's not functioning, you'll find out right away because you'll hear the alarm, rather than waiting 3 to 4 months until you do your maintenance and then your bacteria have died off. Okay, so that's the pump. You're also going to receive a package from us with the Pirana unit. This is a Pirana P680 right here. It is going to be bubble wrapped. It's got this bicuspided plastic on it, so be careful because the edges of this do get sharp. And it's going to stand vertical in your septic tank. The top of it is going to have this yellow polypropylene line, so you can lower it down into the tank. And this you're going to tie off on the PVC air line that's coming in the side of your tank riser that you're going to install. We'll talk about in a minute. And on the very top here, you can see there's a little orifice where the PVC air line is going to go in right there. And you'll glue that in with some wet dry cement. Okay, so that's your Pirana unit. Also in your Pirana pack, you're going to receive this small little extension here. This is going to connect onto the little nipple on your air pump here. You're going to slide that on there and then clamp it on with the hose clamp. The other end is a 1/2-inch PVC slip, and that's where you're going to connect your air line that runs between the pump next to your house or in your garage or wherever you locate it, all the way to the septic tank riser. And we'll come back to this in a second. Also in your Pirana packet, you're going to receive this air line. It's got 2 PVC slips on it. One is a 90. This is going to connect up at the top where your PVC air line comes into your riser from your air pump. The other end is a straight slip connector, and that you're just going to put a small piece of PVC into. It can just be a 2-inch piece. You're going to glue that in with your wet dry cement, and then this is going to go into the top of your Pirana unit. So right here, where I showed you that little orifice earlier, you're just going to put some PVC cement on it, slide it down in there and let it dry. Okay, and then it'll come, this part will rise up, and depending on how deep into your tank you have to put it, you can curl these loops up, put a zip tie on, and then slide this 90, put some glue on the inside of it, and connect it to the PVC air line that's going to be coming in again from the side of your septic tank riser that you've run from your pump, like that. And then you're going to pull this line up that you used to lower it down. You're also going to zip tie this to that air line that's coming in from your pump. And that way, if you ever need to remove your Pirana for any reason, do any kind of maintenance, if somebody throws in some wipes or anything like that that gets stuck in it, anything non-organic might not break up, might get stuck in it. So that's why that's there. So you've got that in your kit, and then the last thing that's going to come in your Pirana kit is going to be your power bag. This is dried Pirana bacteria. There is also a Pirana bacteria puck that is installed inside of the Pirana when it's new from the manufacturer. So when you install this in your tank, it's already got a bacteria puck in it. These dissolve slowly. This powder will get wet and start to reproduce immediately, and you'll have plenty of bacteria in the tank to get started. So that's what's going to come with your kit. Once it's all installed and you've turned the pump on and the Pirana's working and you got the bubbles in your tank, creating that atmospheric environment that we want, you're going to just cut this open and drop the the powder, just dump it down into your septic tank. So that's everything that you're going to receive. As far as installation tools, you're going to need a shovel. You're going to have to dig a trench from wherever you're going to install your air pump. So let's say you put it next to your house, plugged into an existing GFI ground fault interrupter connector or outlet. If you don't have one, get an electrician to install one for you. It's important that you have that. Then you're going to run your line 8 to 12 inches below the soil level, all the way from where the pump is out to the riser of your septic tank. And you're going to run 1/2 inch PVC that whole way. So you'll need however much PVC it requires to get that distance, plus a few extra pieces, because you're going to come out of the side of the pump here. It'll come out here, you'll put on the little nipple in here, put on one of your 90s, and then this will drop down 8 to 10 inches, 12 inches down into the dirt, and then put another 90 on there, and run your main line all the way out to your septic tank. So you'll need at least 2 90s, and depending on how long your line is, maybe a couple of couplers, all PVC 1/2 inch Schedule 40 slip connectors. And some way to cut the pipe. You can either get a cutter or use just a regular old hacksaw. Some PVC wet dry cement. All right. Some rubber gloves, because you're going to be working with stuff in the septic tank. You want to stay clean. A drill bit, anything from 7/8 to 15/16 to 1 inch will work. And that's go through the side of the riser. If you have a concrete riser, you're going to have to rent a hammer drill and get a 1 inch bit. Some zip ties to tie up the polypropylene line up to the air line at the top. So if you ever need to remove the Pirana for any reason, you can access it. And if your tank is especially deep, you might need some extra polypropylene line. That way the polypro won't rot in the tank. And of course a drill and a tape measure to measure your distance. That's it. That's everything that you're going to need for the installation. Yeah, you're all set. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to us at any time. We're happy to help, happy to answer questions. If you have any problems with the pump does have a diaphragm in it. Occasionally a diaphragm will go bad, it'll tear. Very rarely, out of the thousands that have been installed, only a few have we had that issue with, and these will last 20 plus years. We do recommend that you cover it, and you can purchase a cover specially built for it, or you can get a plastic tub from a hardware store. Just make sure it's at least 6 inches away from the sides and the top, and that you have some air holes in it that are 1 inch in diameter, and that way it has plenty of airflow to get to it. All right, thanks very much.